Hello everyone. I hope everyone is staying healthy and safe in your home. And I hope everyone's also ready to learn mathematics. Some things to consider. I've been told that all the classes, online classes, should be ending by April 17th. And final exam must take place between April 20th to April 24th. And I've been also told that I have to cover all the topics that I usually cover in regular semesters, although some topics may be covered lightly. Now, because proctoring exams through webcams, proctoring exams online is a challenge, I will not do exam 3 and 4, but rather increase the homework grades and add quizzes and some forum participation grade. And since there's this transition to online, you will need to know how to maneuver the blackboard and do things on the blackboard, and that's why I'm making this video. Here are the changes in grading scheme. Exam 1 and 2 are these exams that you've already taken, and just as the syllabus says, these will be 30%. That wouldn't change. But then afterwards I have to change all the other ones. So first, the homework grades will be 20%. There will be two types of homework. One will be the worksheet and the other will be the online homework. Now, worksheets are graded on effort. The purpose of worksheets is to make sure that you've been watching the videos and you're learning the skills that you have to learn. And even if the answers may contain some little mistakes, I'll still give you full credit. However, the online homework is web work, and as you have done before, these are graded on accuracy. So if your answer is off by a little bit, you will not get any credit for that. There will be 2 quizzes, maybe 3, but I'm thinking mostly it will be 2 quizzes, and the topics will be very narrow. I'll explain exactly what to study for each quiz, so you don't have to prepare too much, and the quizzes won't be too long. And that will be proctored through webcam. Also, there's a discussion forum participation grade. You have to write some postings. And then there's the final exam, again proctored through webcam, and that will be raised to 35%. Before, the syllabus said it was for 30%, now it's 35%. Some important facts. Worksheets should be submitted through the Blackboard as JPG files or PDF. So what you want to do is you have to solve the worksheet, do all the work, and take the photo of your work and upload in the same place where the assignment is found. So there's the upload file, and you have to upload your work as JPG or PDF. Some people do not read the guidelines carefully. They end up emailing me, but then I can't give you any grade for that because these are graded through Blackboard. So if you don't have your work submitted, I cannot give you any score for it. So you have to submit it through the submission. And then on the other hand, quizzes and exams, these are proctored through webcams, and you will take a photo of your work and submit through email. So the way this works is like this. You first have to have a computer with a webcam or a tablet with a webcam that's on your side pointing to your work area, so that as you're working, I can make sure that you're not looking at your other digital resources or textbook or notes. I have to make sure that you're really doing your own work. And also, after this is done, you have to take a photo of your work and you have to email me, since there is no Blackboard submission part for this, and I have to get your result as soon as you do it, so that I can make sure that the work that you're submitting is really what you've just done through the webcam. Now, because of this, you will need both a webcam and a separate cell phone. See, even when you're taking the picture of your work, I need to see that process through the webcam. So I don't want you to be using your cell phone as both the webcam or taking of the picture. So either you need at least two cell phones to make this work, or most likely a laptop with a webcam attached to it, or a desktop with a separate USB webcam, or a tablet with a webcam pointing to your work area. Okay. That's why I was doing the Google Forms survey, just to identify people who have trouble with having these, and I've been trying to reach out to you if you had trouble with having a webcam or something like that. Most people ended up saying that they will buy a webcam, and I'm still trying to coordinate this with some other people. Alright. For the forum discussion, you need to have 4 more postings in the homework help board, in addition to your introduction and the introduce yourself board. There are only 2 boards. One is introduction and the other is the homework help. Introducing yourself is what you have to do today. You have to submit your posting introducing like who you are, what you like to do, a photo of yourself or something that you like, and also an equation that you like. Yeah, and apart from that introduction, you have to write more postings, and it should be at least 4, so like 1 a week, and at least once a week. And people are not posting much on the web, these discussion boards. I'm going to track you down and I'll give you a warning. Right? Final exam online proctoring is done as follows. Because trying to proctor an exam through a webcam is quite challenging, I've put these 2 measures in order to increase the integrity of the exam. First measure is to divide the exam into 4 parts, and you will only be allowed to leave your work area during breaks in between the 4 parts. So if instead of giving you 1 long exam, it will be like 1 chunk, another chunk, and another chunk, and another chunk, so 4 parts. And once you're done with 1 part, then you should immediately take the photo of your work. You have to submit through email, and this break will be like 5-minute break, and only in between these 2 break periods you're allowed to leave the work area. The downside of this is that once you submit your work, you cannot go back to that part. So this is a slight disadvantage to people who are taking the exam online rather than doing an in-person exam. But because I will be treating some topics lightly, and due to that, some challenging parts of the final exam wouldn't appear compared to other years, I think these 2 kind of cancel out. So I don't think you'll be having much disadvantage, because you'll probably be facing comparably easier exam this semester. Okay, the second measure is this. A day or 2 after the final exam, I will be performing an individual interview and ask you to solve a randomly chosen problem from the exam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to come up to the web conferencing, the Zoom software, and then you will have to explain to me a randomly chosen question. I'll be looking at your final exam and identify the ones that you've solved perfectly, and ask you to, or something that you've done well, okay? And I'll ask you to reproduce your work and I'll change a few numbers, and you have to be able to solve that while explaining what you do. The reason I'm doing this is because recently there are some apps and online websites which not only solve math problems but also show you the steps for solving it. When it's become a lot easier for students to cheat by using these apps, and the only way to counter this is to have this interview so that I can make sure that it's your work that you're submitting. And I actually caught somebody cheating through such similar web conferencing, so I know this is a good tactic. Now, for those who receive below 75, I will exempt from this interview because I don't have time to do the interview for everyone. That will take too long. But for those who receive above 75 on the final exam, I will do this interview. Okay, that's all I want to stress. There might be a few other things in the amendment to the syllabus, so please read that. The next video that you have to watch after this is a video on the instruction of how to put images into the post and how to write a sample equation using Virus. These are important things because the way I want the homework discussion board to work is if you have trouble solving a homework problem, you can do a screen capture, put that question on the board, and then you can ask question and say, hey, this is what I tried. Do you guys have any idea of how to do it? And to do these efficiently, you have to learn how to put images into the post, not as an attachment. It's like attachments require extra clicks, and it's very annoying to click it and view it and try to see what you mean. It's much better to have the images into the post, so you have to learn how to do that. And also, I want you to be able to use some equation editor to express yourself clearly what you're trying to do. So please go there and learn it, and I hope to see you in the discussion forums shortly after.